Stay inside. Encounter anybody with a bite.
You know, like, how was I supposed to know?
Everybody say CHOWDERHEART. One love.
Wrong.
Sorry, my love.
Everybody say
Maybe next.
We have a public comment from Sean.
It turns out you're what, 15% Irish or something?
12%.
12%.
Irish.
This wars off spells right here. This is a special leprechaun flute, which has been passed down from thousands of years ago from my great-great-grandfather who was Irish.
Leprechaun dance.
Leprechaun.
All right.
Could be a crackhead that got hold to the wrong stuff. And it told me to get up in a tree and play a leprechaun.
We actually meet Midget Sean, who perpetrated the leprechaun hoax so many years ago.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. All right, we're back. We're having some fun. It is St. Patrick's Day today, so I know this episode may not get to you before March 17th, but we just had to do it. I'm 100% Irish for the most part. You know, I haven't had a 23andMe done, but my daughter did and my dad did, and I can kind of figure out I'm pretty much 80-90% Irish. I mean, Sean Kilcoyne, God. Hey, what can I say? We're lucky people. So I have a special guest today here. I'm so lucky to have Mr. Cameron Caves.
Oh, I'm the special guest.
Yeah, you're the yeah.
Right,
You well. Did that offend you when I called you special?
I feel so special right now.
You are very special.
Okay.
All right, so Cameron, the reason I invited you is not only because you're Irish, and I knew that, but I was in a movie that you wrote and directed, and so thanks again for thinking of me. I really appreciate that, and I'm really excited about seeing the movie. It's funny because I heard about it from a friend who suggested that I contact you, or I think you contacted me actually.
Yeah.
But it turns out that I know a lot of people in the movie that I didn't even know who were in it. You know.
Yeah.
So I keep finding out daily. I'm like, oh, what, they're in that movie? Cool. You know. So I'm really excited about. I mean,
that happens a lot here because it's like such a small industry. It's like if you work on like 5 or 6 films, then it's like there's a lot of people there that you then, it's like, oh, this person worked with this person, oh, and they worked with this, oh, and this, and it very quickly becomes 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, except it's always 1 degree. It's always like, at most, you're one project away from having worked with everybody.
I wonder who in Sacramento has that Kevin Bacon status.
Oh, man.
Do you think? I wonder if it's like Steve Urbano. Do you know that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that do a lot of stuff, though. So.
Yeah. Steve Urbano is fun. I know he's in lots of things. I'm trying to think of somebody that I know. It's like they were in pretty much everything. I mean, Marcus Allen, kind of has that because he kind of, he does everything, news and movies and festivals. So maybe we'll have to think of our own Kevin Bacon for Sacramento.
Here's a fun fact. I am 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon because I worked on a short film with somebody who was a makeup artist, and they did makeup on the X-Men movie that Kevin Bacon was in. So I'm 1 degree away from Kevin Bacon.
Which one was Kevin Bacon in?
He was in X-Men First Class that came out in like 2011, somewhere around there.
Okay, was he was an older character then? He obviously wasn't young, but he's
Yeah, he was. So basically, at the end of the movie, Magneto gets revenge on him. He was like the SS guy that was, if you don't know X-Men, Magneto's in the concentration camp, and Kevin Bacon was like the head of the concentration camp. Oh. And he at the beginning of the movie, he's trying to coerce Magneto into using his powers, and then finally it works when he's like torturing his parents basically, and then all the metal flies, and then at the end of the movie, Magneto finally catches back up with him, and he sticks a coin, the Nazi coin that he had given him at the beginning of the movie, and he like levitates it through his brain and kills him. So pretty
Nice.
cool.
It's always a good movie when you see Nazis getting killed. That's how
Yes,
I feel.
absolutely.
You know, it's like most recently, everybody likes to throw the word around, but anytime Trump's in office, everybody's like, that N-word. Like Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
Always a good scene to punch a Nazi in the face.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
I like this scene. I don't remember which movie it was in, but there's like a bunch in a line and he shoots them. There's like 4 Nazis in a line and he shoots them.
Oh yeah. I love Indiana Jones. Probably my favorite anti-Nazi movie was Quentin Tarantino's the Bastards.
Yeah.
Sorry, the whole name, but
Inglourious Bastards.
Inglourious Bastards. Yeah. I love that movie so much.
Great movie.
I love pretty much everything Quentin Tarantino. What do you think about Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, I really like Tarantino movies. I like a lot of experimental films as well, but I think his films are when it comes to like mainstream, his films are like very mainstream to the point where he's pulling from other mainstream movies to make his movies, right? But yeah, I like his movies. They're very, very much crowd pleasers, but I think also they're very well made and very artistically made and very detailed. If you're like a writer, if you're into like writing, I think that studying his movies can be very helpful. I
think so. I know the last guy I worked with who calls himself a director here locally, he's never seen a Quentin Tarantino movie. And I'm just like, how do you call yourself a director if you can't even watch the most basic pop culture movies? You know, it's like Tarantino has such a wonderful way of telling his stories, you know? And for someone to call themselves a director, I think they should at least watch one. Yeah. Just one, you know? And that's my opinion. But I just think he was amazing. So my first Quentin Tarantino movie was Pulp Fiction, right? And I was young and very sheltered in a way. I was growing up in like Roseville, California, and it blew my mind. You know, I'm just like, what the hell was that? You know, and then I saw Reservoir Dogs, which I was a little less shocked by it. So, anyways, I'm sure you've watched a lot of good movies. And you've taken some film classes. Where'd you go to school?
So I graduated from Sac State with my bachelor's in film production about a year and a half ago. And then before that, I had my associates from CRC, Cosumnes River College, in film production also. So I went to both of them and I got degrees.
And that's just kind of what you wanted to do for a long time?
Yeah. I was going to school. I was going to be a mechanical engineer, and then when it came time for me to graduate from high school, they were like, "Hey, your math skills are perhaps not adequate in order for you to pursue that career path." And then I took 2 years with an undeclared major at CRC, and I saw that I'd always been interested in movies, and I had been in high school theater and plays and stuff, and I saw that there was a screenwriting class that fulfilled like some general ed requirement, and I was like, "Oh, I'll take this." And then I took it, and I was like, "Wow, this is great! Like I could actually do this." And then I switched my major to film, and yeah, pretty much that's what happened.
And so I'm just really glad we did your movie, and we're gonna watch a little trailer for your movie.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell anything about the trailer before we watch it?
Yeah, sure. So, Arrhythmia. Try that again. Arrhythmia is an experimental short horror film about a young woman named Louisa who has a pacemaker and a heart condition. And so because of that, she has a very risk-averse personality. And then one day she's she's home alone. A guy comes into the house and she's forced to take a risk. And that same time, her roommate is kind of being, has her own misadventures, something else happening at the same time. So that's basically the story of the film.
Awesome. All right, and let's roll that clip and watch that movie.
Look, you only got one life, so you really should take some risks. It's not like it's gonna kill you.
It's not like it's gonna kill you. It's not like it's gonna kill you. It's not like it's gonna kill you. It's not like it's gonna kill you. You certainly are a young beauty.
Santa's gonna kill you. Santa's gonna kill you. Santa's gonna kill you. Santa's gonna kill you.
Where am I?
Santa's gonna kill you.
She's not here.
Santa's gonna kill you.
I give you my heart.
Santa's gonna kill you. 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 Santa's gonna kill you.
Nice.
All right.
Lots of explosions. I love that blood. I
Yeah,
missed
so
that.
this is clearly a very wholesome, family-friendly movie.
So do you plan on entering in festivals and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of that,
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
I just want to point out in that clip, you hear a heartbeat, and that heartbeat gets faster throughout the clip. That is actually the lead actress's heartbeat, her actual heartbeat. We went and recorded it. So, yeah.
Does it
really
have
proud of
a
that.
kind of a skip? So what is arrhythmia?
So an
technically?
arrhythmia basically, so the Latin prefix a is without.
Okay.
And so somebody who has an arrhythmia, a cardiac arrhythmia, is somebody who basically their heart doesn't 100% beat consistently,
Okay.
like it's supposed to. And then that can obviously cause a lot of health problems for that person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's tragic and ironic. So this short film is based on a longer feature-length screenplay. And the week that I finished it, there was an international news story that this football player in Uruguay, who's 26 years old, died of an arrhythmia, like the same week that I completed the script.
Yeah, I remember
So, something that really attracts me about this is like a horror premise is like people, like there's so many times where somebody dies from something heart related, and then they do an autopsy and it's like, oh, they had this heart defect like their entire life, like over 30 years, and there was just no way for us to know, and until they died. It's scary, really scary.
That is scary for somebody so young.
Yeah.
It's you think you have your whole life ahead of you, and then you don't do. I would hope that I would do everything I want to do now. So because you never know.
You never know.
But we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with a little game show. Do you want to stick around for the game show?
I will play the game. I will destroy everybody. Is it like a competitive thing?
Yeah, it's a competitive thing. It's an Irish thing. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will destroy everybody, or we'll have fun. We'll see.
Okay, maybe both. Right?
Okay, maybe both.
Green pudding.
Go to the kitchen sink and I fight the British with a hurley bat. 'Cause an Irish pub is mighty crack. In an Irish pub, the beer is foul and so's the grub. Knocking out teeth and coughing up blood. Let's go drinking in an Irish pub. Oh, Paddy, he called your wife a dog. Let's bury his bones in Maguire's bog. Let the banshees wail and the berries fly. We'll go back to the pub for another pint. In an Irish pub, the beer is foul and so's the grub. Knocking out teeth and coughing up blood. Let's go drinking in an Irish pub. Finnegan, Mulligan, Shakti, McGee, Twiddly-eye-die, Twiddly-eye-die.
Hi, we're back, and we are in the studio still with Mr. Cameron Caves, a local film director, writer, and director. Right? I mean, you're a writer,
director, editor, camera operator, sound operator, actor, whatever. Throw everything in a hat, pull it out. I do it.
Cool. Oh, what's your most favorite part of the process?
My most favorite part of the process is definitely editing. Most of my favorite films involve a lot of experimental editing. I'm a big fan of directors like Gaspar Noé and Harmony Korine, Terrence Malick. Those are all directors who utilize a lot of experimental editing. I think there's almost like a bias towards editing today, where you can use cinematography and acting and color and all these different elements in an unusual or unconventional way in order to tell your story. But for some reason, they always expect editing to be very straightforward, and that's really annoying to me. You know, it's like it makes me think of like in the 60s, the 50s and the 60s, like all the beatniks would write these stream of consciousness type novels.
Yeah.
And it was very of the time and very kind of experimental and gave a lot of, made people rethink about how to write something. But you can't do that with film for some reason. And people have this false confidence about editing. They're like, well, this was clearly an editing mistake because, and it's like, maybe they didn't want to tell the story in a direct A to B to C way,
Once again, going back to Tarantino, and like this, how...
Yeah, his movies do that a lot, where they go back and forth, but I like, I'm a fan of like an even more extreme version of that, where we're cutting back and forth and all that stuff. So I guess about this film, it's an experimentally edited film. I like a lot of bright, vivid colors and stuff. The other thing too is the story. I came up with the story partially because my biological mother. I'm adopted, and my biological mother died when I was 5 years old on Mother's Day. Actually, on Mother's Day, and she had a heart attack, and they didn't know that she had any sort of issue or anything. And I was a kid, and my aunt who adopted me was on the phone with the coroner. And I was like 5, asking her questions, and then she would ask the coroner questions. And basically, the coroner said, like, oh, it's because she had, she was a long-time smoker, and she had, like, substance abuse issues and stuff. And that was, like, those were the contributing factors to her, to her demise.
Yeah.
39, heart attack, dead. Then... I have brothers that are 8 and 10 years older than me, and I have a big family on both sides. Mom, one of 7, dad, one of 8, and a lot of those aunts and uncles had alcohol issues and substance abuse issues and stuff. And
Catholic?
so,
are they Catholic?
No,
no. I was just wondering because a lot of family. I'm just generalizing here. Lots of siblings. Alcoholism. It sounds a lot like my family.
So because of that, when I was in school and stuff, I was always so when my aunt was on the phone with the coroner, I was just like, oh, so I just won't ever drink, won't ever smoke, won't ever do anything. So I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that stuff. And so like growing up in school and stuff, I was always trying to be responsible. And never do any of that. And part of the reason that I made this film, I guess the moral of the film is there's 2 roommates. One of them learns to be more kind of responsible, I suppose, and one of them is learning to take more risks. And that was like a big part of my life, like leaving. I'm 30, and so when I was in my 20s and I was still not taking risks. Like I'm not gonna go out and do a bunch of drugs or anything. But learning.
I was hoping we could go out tonight.
Was that another segment? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil the segment. I'm not gonna do all those. It was hard for me to learn that like it's okay to take some sort of risks sometimes, and the stress that you feel from never taking any risks is probably also not healthy. So that was like a major contributing factor in kind of what the story of the film is about. It's like, and I always saw it connected to heart physically. It's like, and there are people who have a condition similar to this in the film. If her heart goes over 125 BPMs, then she could die. And there are people who they refrain from a lot of physical activities because if their heartbeat gets that high, then it could kill them.
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the impetus of the story, was trying to tell myself that it's okay to take some risks sometimes and not be so stressed out about it. Yeah.
All right. So you cast me as your father.
Oh, Luisa's father.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But I was thinking, did you seem like that was like I was yelling at you? Same type of thing, because no fat foods.
Yeah.
No,
it wasn't ever.
Did you not play
no,
baseball?
No. I played baseball.
Okay.
It was never that explicit. So like it was more a self-imposed thing, right? Like if anything, my aunt who adopted me would have been probably more inclined for me to like go out and do stuff. But I just was always like not wanting to do that. Like very kind of I wouldn't say afraid, but very like stressed out about what's gonna go wrong and all that.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't do anything. But no, it wasn't that explicit where I was being yelled at and told what not to do. I just thought that for a short film, sometimes you do kind of have to have things be more direct, than they would be in a longer form. And I think that's why, it is that way. And I think also, the effect that it has on Luis and the main characters, like, we never see them in the room at the same time. We don't even know the last time she saw her father.
Yeah.
But still, when she gets into a situation where her heart rate is going to go up and she might take a risk, she still like hears his voice and she still sees him. And I think a lot of people, regardless of heart condition or whatever, a lot of people hopefully can relate to that of even knowing that your parents aren't there. They're not going to tell you what to do. But you might hesitate to do something that you really want to do that's not going to hurt anybody just because you have them in the back of your head.
When do you expect to have the movie finished and out for people to see?
Okay, we do still have one more day of shooting, but it's 95% done. We have like 8 or 10 shots or something. I have a rough cut of the film, so I don't know. I don't want to give a date, and then the date comes and everybody's texting me like, where's the film at? But a couple months from now, I hope to have at least some sort of workable version of the film that I could submit to festivals.
And you're going to put it in festivals?
Yeah, put it in festivals
Nice.
and stuff.
So
yeah.
maybe, speaking of that, good time for transition. We're going to take another break, and we're going to come back with the great people from SACTOWN Movie Bus Festival. Do you want to stick around and hang out and
I'll
talk
do it.
to them? Okay, cool.
I'll stick around.
All right, cool. Cool. We'll be right back. Leprechaun dance.
Here's the recipe. First, you take about 2 pounds of red potatoes and mix them up and mash them very good. And you're gonna add just a wee bit of butter, about a half a stick, I'd say, and about a half cup of good milk. Nice whole milk is the best. Fluff them up. Then don't forget to add the sour cream. About 8 ounces will do you just fine. And then once you mix that up, next you're going to add about just a quarter of a head of cabbage. Put that on a boil for about 10 minutes till it's nice and soft. Now just a little bit of salt and a wee crack of pepper. That should do this dish very good. Just a little bit's fine. Don't forget to crack that pepper, Sean. Okay, nice. Oh, it's looking good, looking so good here. Now, once that cabbage is all boiled, you're going to chop it up again into wee bitty pieces. You got to have a little pieces because you don't want to choke on the cabbage, Oh, it's looking so good. That cabbage. Something beautiful about cabbage, All right. Yes, chop it up finely. And then we're just going to toss it right in there in them potatoes. Let the juices roll on in the potatoes. Scrape it all in. Oh, yeah. Stir it up, man. And then if you can't find the bacon, just go to the store and get some bacon bits. But make sure you take out the little freshness packet, because nobody wants to bite down upon that on St. Patrick's Day. That'd be very unlucky if you ask me. Oh, stir up that bacon. Look how good it looks. So, then you're going to find a little, what they call a casserole dish, and you plop all that in there. Plop it all in. Just go ahead. I know it may look like a lot, but you can fit it all in there, I'm sure. Ah, yeah, that's right, Sean. Looking good. Get a little bit more on there on top, okay? And then there's one more piece we're going to throw into this recipe, is we're going to have to add some cheese. I like to have Parmesan cheese because it gives a good little roasted golden color. All right, and here we go. Now, after you've had it there baking in the oven for about 20 minutes at 400 degrees, it'll come out looking beautiful like this. Look at that. It smells so good. And it's been in the oven, just a baking away. It's a beautiful dish, fit for a peasant. And we're going to add that to all the other foods, the corned beef and the potatoes. Oh, that corned beef looks so juicy. Oh, look at the juices. Yeah. All right, more juices. All these juices can go right on top of the cold cannon. So many juices. Look at that. That's the whole shebang. We got potatoes, we got the corned beef and cabbage, and of course the cold cannon. And of course, always more cabbage. Now, to top it off, you're going to have a little bit of mustard or some malt vinegar. And that makes your whole recipe right there. All right, well, come again. We'll see you next time. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Welcome back to Chowderheart and Family. It's your boy Chowderheart, and I'm here with Cameron Caves over here, and we got some very special guests. The hosts, the curators, the mad minds behind SACTOWN movie buffs, and Kierre Stowes. Buddy Stewart, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, thank you for having us.
And we're really excited about your festival. We made a movie in a sense just so we could be in the festival. You know, I was like, oh my God, this sounds great. The IMAX, this is a dream, you know. And so Alice and I, we told the whole story about it in our last episode, but basically, real quick, my daughter, I showed her the movie because I'm like,
They Live?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, They Live, and I was like, you gotta see this, and she was just like, oh my God, this blew my mind, you know. And so she went home and she had a bad dream, a nightmare, they call them, right? Yeah, and she called me and she was like, Dad, I had this dream where it was They Live, but it was with creepy clowns. And I was like, wow, that sounds really scary, you know. I wonder why that happened. I feel bad as your father that you're traumatized enough to have this thing. I didn't mean to traumatize you.
Right.
But and then she was like, let's make it into a movie, you know. And so I was like, okay, let's do that, you know. And I was working with Shudder Films then, and we, you know, I had an opportunity to meet tons of actors, you know, in Sacramento. So it was really great to be able to do that, and it came down to a point where, unfortunately, I'm just like, I don't know any actors who would fit this role. I don't know anybody, and I was just like, who is it gonna be? You know, who's it gonna be? And then I'm just like, oh wait, Kierre.
Oh.
I was like, this guy loves movies. And
Loves acting, is always in movies all the time.
Loves getting slapped in the
movies.
face.
Yeah, loves getting pies in the face.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's enough about me. I know we don't have a whole lot of time. I do want to talk to you about your festival. And,
For sure.
You know, everything you want us to know, like what got you started with the festival, and why do you, you know?
That's a really great question. It's a kind of a long, thought out answer, but I'll try to be as brief as possible. I know we're on some time constraints.
Yeah.
So essentially, I'm actually a national film critic. I am a film critic for like 3 different organizations, the largest being the African American Film Critics Association. And so I used to still do movie reviews very often. I'm pretty frequent. I post probably every day, probably about a new movie, film reviews. And so what was happening is individuals in the community here were always emailing me and wanting me to like review their film. And I still get emails, you know, say, hey, can you review my film? I'm in Sacramento. Love it if you could, you know, watch my film and then just do a little piece on it or something of this nature. And so we would do that. But the problem I was having is after we were done, everybody was like, well, how do we watch this film? Where do we find it? And it was like, oh, well, it's on YouTube or Vimeo, or it's here, or it's there, you know, that kind of stuff. And so I just came up with the idea that's like, well, why don't we just start a film festival That way, anybody that's interested that wants me to like kind of review a film and that kind of stuff, then we can just have like a centralized place where we can all watch it. Me being a big film guy, though, there's only one place that I was ever going to do a film festival, and it'd have to be at the best screen possible, which is the IMAX.
Yeah.
And that's why we do the film festival at the IMAX. And this will be our 3rd year doing it.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I'd love to get you guys two together, and you're both movie fans. I know we can do a little bit. We'll have a little game show later. You guys can test your movie knowledge a little bit more. And this year, you guys got an awesome grant. Congratulations on that.
We did for the show. So we did get a grant for the show. So it's very nice. So we'll be able to do a little bit more. Myself and Bunny, we do a lot here in the studio here at Access, and then we also take our show on the road, I guess, if you will. And so we cover a lot of local events and things of this nature. So we do like, the horror cons and things of this nature, SAC Anime. We've done a lot of different Brickfest, which is like the Lego convention. And so we did a lot of different things in the community. And so it's been a lot of fun. So it's great to get a little bit of money to kind of help out with that as well.
Yeah.
So.
What do you think, Bunny? How have you been enjoying your time with movie buffs? I know you're kind of new, right? Like this last year?
Yes,
right?
actually, they just brought me on this year, and it has been the best experience of my life. I literally feel like I'm living my best life, and honestly, Kierre is an amazing boss. Like, just amazing
I don't
to
consider
work
myself
with.
to be anybody's boss. I'm just, we're all just a group, and like I'm like people can tell me what to do all day long. You know? So it's just like, hey, if you got an idea, let's try it.
Yeah,
so.
and it's fantastic to be part of such an inclusive community. We really want to hear all of the voices in the community.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
really
and I was really inspired by watching you and online. In fact, that's why I brought this today. Because I know you're doing the Barbie thing, and I was like, Bunny's gonna love this.
I do. I love it.
These are actually, this is my mom, so you don't touch it. No. And so these are actually probably 2 things that I got from her growing up, In fact, I got that for her too. This is all my mom's stuff.
So you just stole a bunch of stuff?
I just stole my mom. My mom's, unfortunately, she's actually in the hospital today, which is like, but hopefully she gets to celebrate St. Patty's Day when she gets out. So we're going to have all the fun and festivities. It really is a big thing in my family.
I can tell she had all this great stuff. Yeah, she's probably really into.
Darby O'Gill. We watch that movie every year religiously. And so this is all my mom's stuff. So thanks, Mom.
Aw, thanks, Mom.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
But please let us know when your festival is going to happen, so we can tell people where it is, what time, and
Yeah, so it's technically I say 2-day event, but it's really a 3-day event. So on April 25th is actually when we kick things off. So we're actually going to have a film mixer that will be at Futures Explored from 6 p.m. to 9. We have a great lineup. It's completely free as well. So we have a great lineup of we have a band, Lab Rats, an amazing band here in Sacramento. We have a hip hop artist, Jakari will be there, and then we have an R&B singer, soulful singer as well, named Diamond Key. And then completely free, we'll have like beer, wine, soda, water, all for free as well. It's just kind of our way of like giving back to the community for doing so much for us.
I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna go to all of the events. So,
yes.
Where's the mixer is going to be where?
Futures Explored. It's a nonprofit where they teach adults that have developmental disabilities filmmaking skills.
Actually, I do know where they are. I love that place. Yeah.
Yeah, a good friend Hester, who is also on the board here at Access. I used to serve with her last year. And then the festival itself will be on the 26th and the 27th at the IMAX. On the 26th, it's actually 12 to 8 p.m. And on the 27th, it'll be 1 to 9 p.m. And we have about 46 films, I believe, that'll be featured. Most of them being shorts with 2 features. Obviously, the film that we were in together will be playing on Sunday as well. So.
Yep, on Sunday. Nice, I'm excited. They love, they laugh, they love. That's the name of our film. Yeah.
Yes. Which is a play on They Live.
Yeah.
Kind of a slapstick version of They Live.
It's a slapstick. It was just kind of like, we love this movie, want to do something, and that
of the famous fight scene, I should say. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we can. We'll talk more about that at another time. Unfortunately, we got to get to our game show, so we're gonna take a quick break and come right back. All right, now just in time for St. Paddy's Day, we have a little lesson for you on how to sound just a wee bit more Irish this holiday. The first thing about sounding Irish is using the word oh. So you want to use oh, like, oh, me knickers are bunching up on me. Aye, they are bunching up on you some. You should probably cut off on the pudding, Sean. Me guard, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. You forgot to tend to the sheep, Seamus. Aye, the Egypt rover ate the bloody tampon out of the rubbish bin after a long time waiting in line for the doctor after he got kicked in his nut. He had to take a bloody piss. 3 wishes he'll grant ya. Great wishes or small, but if you wish a 4th, then you get none at all. Oh, Johnny, where's the best place to find some crack? Aye, your man's got a nose the size of a horse's undercarriage. Quit slagging me bloody arse and stir up the lights a wee bit, you idiot. Your man's just fine. Let's go get some gargle and some crack. Your mom, bless her heart, gargled me good last night. Oh, that's one sound transsexual there. What's cracking, Miss Jackson? Aye, your man, that feckin' idiot, was gargled his piss. Aye, your man's a real fecking idiot, isn't he? She only liked you because you're paying her. Aye, Jesus, for fuck's sake, I'm just slagging your balls a bit. Merry St. Patrick's Day. Oh, the weather's grand. Oh, for fuck's sake, Jesus, Mary, and Jehoshaphat, be sound. Oh, St. Christopher, be still, me aching heart. They're after me lucky charms. Top of the evening to ya, folks. All right, we're here back on Chowderheart and Family Friends. It used to be friends, now it's just family. We're all family. It turns out you're what, 15% Irish or something?
12%.
12% Irish. How much do you think you got?
My brother did a DNA test and it was like 37 or something.
37%. How about you, Bunny?
I'm gonna guess that I'm at about 37.
It's the highest of like any of the other groups.
Oh.
Well, only on his DNA test at least.
Nice. Well, we already talked about this, but Sean Michael Kilcoyne, do I really have to explain how Irish I am? No. I don't think so.
10%.
No. A very proud 4%.
No.
Fun fact, Sean is actually not Irish at all.
Wow.
Right? I just love green.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a little game show. Okay, we're going to test your knowledge.
All right.
It's going to be the SACTOWN Movie Bus team against this guy's a genius when it comes to movies.
I don't think I ever claimed that.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard from the break.
No,
he said he's a genius. He's going to destroy us all.
That was never spoken. Yeah. That was never
said. Don't even play.
No, you should have heard
for the
before
record.
You guys came in studio. You were just like,
I'm
sure. I'm so ready to.
Sure, why not? Yeah, sure. Okay.
They won't even get one answer.
I've never run a game show before, and there's probably more to it than just sitting behind a thing and asking questions. But you guys are movie buffs. I figure we'll just have some movie questions. We'll have some music questions. We'll have some Irish trivia questions, since we're all Irish here, right?
Okay. Yeah, we all got a little Irish in us. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I guess let's. Is there a coin? Okay, so let's do a coin toss to see who gets the first, the answer first question. Okay, Cameron's gonna call it. Okay, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, it's heads. So these guys get the first, the first question. But that could be bad because you could steal. Okay.
So if they don't get it right, then it comes to me.
And you get an opportunity.
Okay. Okay, here we go. First question for SACTOWN Movie Buffs. What Irish actor played James Bond in 4 films?
Irish.
Harry Connor? Wait, that's not even a name. That's not even a person. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery is a great guess, and he's in Darby O'Gill and Little People, by the way. Do you know that?
But he is actually Scottish, right?
Wrong.
He's Welsh.
Or Welsh.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it was not Did you see the answer?
No, I didn't see the
Okay,
answer.
okay.
But I know it.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
see, he knows it.
Okay.
There you go.
It's Pierce Brosnan.
Woo!
See, I didn't know
Pierce
he was
Brosnan,
Irish.
he's right.
I
he's
thought
right.
he was just from.
I wanted to have buzzers.
That would be
Oh, yeah,
cool.
that would
Okay,
be cool, yeah.
but we don't have buzzers. Okay, so this is what
Okay.
we're gonna do. We're gonna try again. We're gonna try. We don't have to ask for the question.
Well, he gets the first. He
Okay,
won
yeah,
the
yeah.
first one. Yeah.
So as a buzzer, I want you just to say, "Oh," because what Irish people do. They say "oh" in front of everything. Oh, me ache and ours. Oh, Jesus and Mary and Joel.
Well, do we need the buzzer if it's just gonna go between?
You just maybe not. But I just want to hear people say "oh." Okay. So you won the first.
I won the
question.
first
Okay.
one.
So,
Okay.
so then you're gonna get the next one. Thank
Okay,
you.
I
Thank
got
you.
it,
This
I
is
got
good.
it,
We're
I got it.
gonna do this. Okay. Which movie about an Irish boxer won Daniel Day-Lewis the Oscar in 1989?
Man, he's only been in like 8 movies.
I know but he's so infrequent.
It's like My Left Foot. Is that it?
You know what?
It's close, right?
It's funny because I apparently lost the answers. But wait, I think they're there. You're right. My Left Foot.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
so you get a gold coin.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I'm gonna.
2.
I'm gonna.
You can eat them, but that just means you're gonna lose them at the end.
I want to have
So-
a visual.
So you got
Yeah,
2.
you want to have all
You
your
got
stacks
2
of
gold
coins.
coins?
so
For-
there's
I have
0
3.
coins,
You gave
and we're
me
gonna
2
have
on
it
the
this
first
side.
question.
I gave you 2 on the first one. All right, here, have another one.
Okay,
There
sure.
you go. So now you got each round you get 2 coins. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna stay with you.
Okay.
Okay. And until they steal me, because that's how we're doing it. Okay. And let's go down here to another question because there. All right. We're gonna go to music. Okay.
Oh, I don't know a lot about music.
Okay.
So.
Good. This is good for you guys, right? Okay.
Yeah, because we're big music fans.
Okay. Which Irish rock band is led by a frontman named Bono?
What is U2?
No, not me. It's not me.
So there's Bono and The Edge.
Yeah. Wait, she already gave you the
Yeah,
answer.
I was like, are we?
I kind of spaced out.
actually
So
knew that one. Yeah.
give them.
We're
point.
gonna give it
Yeah,
to you
give them
anyway.
the
We'll
point.
give you both a candy.
Oh, look at that.
Okay.
You know Bono. This is a fun fact.
Yeah.
He owns all the red iPhones. If you buy a red iPhone, the money goes to Bono. That's a true fact.
Goodness.
That's a true fact.
Interesting.
Wow.
Did not know.
Okay. So you're winning barely. Yeah. Okay, actually you got double there. Okay. So
He's got 2 answers already.
I'm gonna give this one to Cameron just because.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm prepared.
Okay. Next question. I'm gonna try to find a hard one for you here.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just because I think I've been giving you easy ones here. Okay. What animated Irish film follows one young girl who discovers her connection to the mystical Selkies? Animated Irish film.
Animated Irish film. No idea.
All right. Wrong.
August is clue. As soon as you said animated, I was out.
Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Then we're just gonna skip on that. That was round 1. Okay. At the end of round
What was
1.
the answer?
Okay. It was the Song of the Sea. Song of the Sea.
Oh, never
yeah,
seen it.
right on the tip of my tongue.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Going into round 2, Cameron's in the lead. But staying with Cameron is kind of like Jeopardy. We're
All right.
gonna stay
Yeah.
with
Okay.
you, buddy.
All right.
Okay. All right. Which Irish actor starred in Schindler's List and voiced Aslan as in the Chronicles of Narnia?
That would be Liam Neeson.
Woo, woo. Oh, you didn't say oh.
Ah, Liam Neeson.
Okay, two more coins for you, buddy.
Good one.
All right. I hope you're not diabetic. Do you even eat sugar?
I try my best to avoid it, but it's okay.
Okay. All right. So you're still going. He's kicking your butt.
Yeah,
dude.
he's having a great run.
I told you he was a genius.
He knows his Irish knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think he might get this one because
All right, let's see.
we were talking about like geeky stuff earlier and like science fiction. So
We were indeed. We were.
Okay. Which Irish actor played young Magneto in the X-Men series? And you probably already know it with that, but also starred as Steve Jobs.
Okay, so the answer is Michael Fassbender, but it's a deceptively worded question because his parents were German. That's why he has the last name Fassbender. They moved to Ireland, so he is Irish. He has Irish citizenship.
There
but
you go.
He's also German.
There you go. Okay, I'm going to give you
And
4
bonus
points for that.
just for that.
You got
extra
bonus
little,
points
that extra
for
little
that.
tidbit
Yeah.
of
And so
knowledge.
it's really ironic because in Inglourious Bastards, he's playing a British guy pretending to be a German guy. Very funny.
Okay. You guys
Oh, wow, I know.
Wow,
He's
I
cleaning
know.
the floor with
He's
that.
destroying it.
going.
I did know that answer, by the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, good. He was like,
I didn't know the extra trivia, but I did know it was Michael Fassbender.
okay, there's another one. Does have bonus points.
All right.
What Irish actor won an Oscar for her role in The Piano at just 11 years old?
Oh yeah, she was like the youngest.
Irish actor that won for The Piano at 11 years old. No, I have no idea.
All right. Bucks team for the
I
steal.
can't remember her name, so I'm just going to go with Kirsten Dunst just because I can't remember what her name is.
That is wrong. I'm going to give you a chance to rectify this. I believe she was also an X-Men.
I'm going to say Siobhan Flannery because that's the most Irish name that I've ever known.
No, unfortunately, it was Anna Paquin.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I
Okay.
didn't know she was
That was
Yeah.
that was
I
the
didn't
same
know
thing.
that.
I thought she was from New Zealand or something.
I did too.
No, the bonus question is that she was actually from Canada originally, moved to Ireland as a child.
That's a
Okay.
little bit of a slippery slope.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
Is she Irish? Is she Canadian?
I always thought she was from New Zealand.
Okay, so we got a few more minutes left here.
Let's keep it
Nice. He's kicking your butts, man. You guys
I
only
know,
got
we
two
got the
chocolates.
same 2 pieces of
Okay,
chocolate here.
all right. So whose turn is it? I think it's still their turn.
It's their turn.
Yeah. Okay, let's
do it.
I don't want to. I'll kind of give you a good one. Why not? Okay. Which mythical creature is often associated with St. Patty's Day?
Leprechaun.
Nice.
Oh.
Okay. All right. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. So looking pretty even, pretty close. So let's get.
That was a hard one.
We'll give you a hard one. All right. This is music trivia, so maybe you guys won't get this one. What band had the hit song in 1994, "Zombie"?
The Cranberries.
Yep. Woo woo. Okay. There's 2 more for you. All right. Man, Cameron, they're catching up, buddy.
Yeah.
It's going back to some movie trivia. Trying to find some good ones. We haven't done any actual just Irish trivia yet. I don't think, not too much besides Leprechaun. Okay. True or false? There are more Irish people living in the U.S. than in Ireland.
False.
And you are wrong.
No.
Yeah,
really?
There's more Irish people living here. Yeah. I mean, I'm Irish. I'm like 5th generation. But I still call myself Irish. Yeah, no. So I don't know if that's the case. But actually, I'm almost ready to get my dual citizenship one of these days. Get the heck out of here. Right? All right. So you did not get it. Going back to.
All right.
For the steal.
I'm ready for the steal.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
no, you didn't. No, I already gave him the answer. So
You gave him the answer, so just give me
it would have been.
another
He said no, yes, steal it.
Yeah,
no,
that one, that's
okay.
fine.
Okay. Cameron.
Yes.
What did St. Patrick himself supposedly use to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity?
Okay. He used this isn't the right answer. He used the idea of water. He said if it's ice or if it's boiling, then it's steam, and it could also be liquid. And so all three forms are all the same, just like how there's the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Three spirits in three forms.
I've heard that one before. Yes.
Yeah, but that's not
wrong.
sorry.
No. For the steal.
Not a clue.
Driving the snakes out of Ireland.
Wrong.
That's one of them.
No.
That's one of them. Driving the snakes out of Ireland.
Yeah,
that's
it has
the start.
nothing to do with the Trinity.
And the other two
but
is
you guys
water.
are wearing the shamrock. 3 in 1.
Wow.
Yes.
Who knew?
Okay.
Who
All right.
knew?
So I'm gonna call it. You guys are even. This is this is
for all
the
the
last
marbles.
one. Okay.
For all the marbles,
Get on your
all the
buzzers.
chocolate.
Get on your buzzers. I want to
the
hear
gold
those.
coins.
Oh.
All right.
So the first one. The first one to do this. Okay.
All right.
All right. This is. I gotta get a good question here. Okay. Music trivia. All right. Here we go. Last question. This is it. This is for all the gold coins in Ireland. And I lost the question. Sorry.
Wow.
Here we go again. What famous female singer was Irish, but is known for her shaved head?
Sinead O'Connor.
Sinead
O'Connor.
All right, they won.
They won.
Everybody,
Nothing
give
compares
it up
to
for SACTOWN movie buffs. Sorry, Cameron.
She changed her name, so that wasn't her name anymore, but that's okay.
No,
Really?
no.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, guys, and I hope you have an amazing St. Patrick's Day. And come see our movie, They Laugh, They Love, at SACTOWN Movie Buffs.
Please do. Please
and,
come.
Cameron.
Short horror film ARRYTHMIA coming soon-ish. Don't text me about it.
Yeah, and hopefully maybe we can get together. This movie will be out there next year. You know, maybe actually, what I'm hoping, I want to make. Alice and I wrote a script for a place called Sacramento. So I'm wondering maybe you guys might want to be involved in that. You know? If you're not too busy, you say you like editing.
Yeah.
I need an editor. Thank you. I hate editing, but I am my only editor. but we can definitely. But I loved your camera work, by the way, and
Thanks.
So, anyways, I love your acting. I love you. You're beautiful. Thank you so much. You're beautiful too.
having us on your
you're
show.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I do like
Yeah,
your
that's-
hair.
that's
Gorgeous with great hair.
Anyways, thank you so much. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you feel better, Mom. Love you. Bye.
Get well soon.
Da, da, da.